Welcome, everybody, to the Nope It's Only Trash Podcast, episode 77. The date today is April the 5th, 2015. It's Easter, and I'm CowsCrazy. Honest Tom has decided to take a sabbatical. He's gone on a drunken stupor somewhere, and he's having fun. And Joe is, I don't know, somewhere. Proto-Mario is somewhere, and I'm doing this solo. So for today, and for today only, welcome everybody to the Cows Happy Fun Time Hour. This will be the CowsCrazy Happy Fun Time Hour. And I don't know if this podcast is even going to be an hour. Hell, it could be 2 hours, it could be 30 minutes. I really don't know how long I can keep talking for. But I said I'd attempt to do a podcast, and I got some fun stuff for you here today. And I'm going to run down most of the Nintendo Direct. But I also have some other topics on board today that we are going to discuss. Whoa! And there's the bell right away, and anytime you hear the bell, you've got to move real loud. Moo! 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 And that bell can go off at any time during this podcast, in the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a thought, it doesn't matter. If the bell goes, you gotta start moving. So anyways, let's get off to the first topic I'm going to talk about. Let's start talking, well, most of this podcast will be directed towards Nintendo Direct. That happened this past week. So off the top of Nintendo Direct, they announced that Mewtwo will strike back. Mewtwo is going to come and get smashing. Lots of Smash news off the top, and if anybody who knows me knows that I don't Smash. I'm just not a Smash kind of guy. I've played it with some people, some friends, a couple of times. I still don't get how you can be 300% dead. It's just not my kind of thing. But it's fun for a little bit. It's just not the type of game where I won't think I could purchase it and have fun with it over and 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 over again. It just, I don't know. It's just, it hasn't been my thing. But I always did say that if they made Waluigi a fightable character, not an assist trophy, whatever the hell that is, a fightable character, that I would purchase the game. And coming out of Smash News, they announced that they were going to let the people decide some DLC, and you could put in your suggestions at smashbros.com. Everybody head on over there right now, put in your smashbros.com suggestions. But after a couple of days of smashbros.com suggestions, Nintendo quietly announced that anything that's an assist trophy in this game will not have the chance to become a full playable character. This included Waluigi. And personally, this makes me very sad, but it also makes me happy because I don't have to spend another $60 on this game, because that was the only way I was going to buy it. But I think that's a cop-out on Nintendo. Maybe it's because they think having a assist trophy and the player in there is redundant. Maybe it's impossible to take the assist trophy out. I don't know. But my biggest thing is that they're ignoring the fan base that Waluigi has. Waluigi has a huge fan base, and I think it's time they started to acknowledge it in some way. And a game would be nice. A game of his own. Because at the same time, during this Smash announcement, they are acknowledging other cult characters, as Lucas comes out of nowhere. Lucas comes out of nowhere. The character from Mother 3, which they acknowledged in the Nintendo Direct, was a Japanese game only. So the fact that they're putting him out there, even though he was a Japanese game only, and this Nintendo Direct is also for the American fans and stuff like that, they have to acknowledge that this game is, and this character is so popular that it transcends things, and they understand that. So they must understand the levels of popularity of their characters if they're going to do this kind of thing. And of course, along with this comes a bunch more amiibo. Ah, me. Boo! Here comes the next wave of amiibo. And it went by pretty quickly, actually. I didn't really get to focus in on it. I did see Dr. Mario. I would be purchasing Dr. Mario. I'm hoping, I don't know, lots of these characters have things that they can do in other games outside of Smash. And I'm hoping that Dr. Mario will do some. I don't know what yet. I couldn't even suggest what. I have no suggestions, but I'm hoping that the people at Nintendo are smarter than I am. And it's not Dr. Luigi, but they do have Dr. Luigi on Wii U. I'm hoping in some small way there's something you can unlock. I don't know what they would give you, though. What would be a good idea to unlock by tapping your Dr. Mario thing during Dr. Luigi? That would be very interesting. I can't even think of something. So we're just gonna have to see how things play out from here. What was it? What else did they talk about? Well, they talked about Yoshi, and he's gonna be getting his own line of amiibo. Along with Dr. Mario, did I see Ganon in this line? I can't remember. I'd like to think Ganon was there. They didn't really focus in on him, but that's the other one I've been definitely waiting for is Ganondorf. Again, I'm pretty sure that will be compatible with Hyrule Warriors, so that will be a good one to have for me personally. Wario's coming out. I don't think is he going to be part of the Mario line too? There's just so many amiibos, and of course Yoshi's coming out with his own line of amiibos, and you're going to be, but they're wool amiibos now, which is actually a little creative here. Is there going to be a price increase on these? Are they going to be the same price, or so it's going to be kind of like a wool amiibo, and I guess just the sensors in the bottom. You really could make these amiibo out of almost anything you wanted, because really the sensor in the bottom is the only thing that's really important, as they proved later on. It doesn't even have to be a real statue, but it'll come in classic green, or there's blue. Was it red or pink or some color like that? One of those colors like that. The blue I might be interested in, even though I'm not that interested in the woolly game. At least it's not like, it's yarnish, but it's not yarnish like Kirby's Epic Yarn. It is. I've seen the gameplay. You can still go with classic Yoshi gameplay, which is all right. Just I'm not too sure why it had to be wool. I don't know. It just seems like a cheesy kind of gimmick that this game probably doesn't really need. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but whatever. That's what you're getting, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'd like to see you do something about it. But anyways, here we go. Oh, we're gonna move on to our next segment here. We're gonna take a phone call. What's this? We're gonna take a phone call? Yes. We have a Hickster from down south on the line. Go ahead, Hickster from down south.
Yeah, I tell ya, I'm calling in to complain about all this amiibo. There are too many people out there. Ah, me. No. There are too many amiibo out there, and I have an idea of why there are so many amiibo out there, but yet not enough at the same time.
What would that be? Why would you think that would be, caller?
Well, my theory is it's the government. The government, yeah, they're working with aliens from another planet. And these amiibo have signals in the bottom. And they're transmitting alien information up to outer space about our video games. You don't think it's not true? Look at the movie that's coming out. There's a movie about alien video games coming. Where do you think they got that idea from, huh? They got it from the aliens, the government! The government! The government is evil! The government! Moo! Moo! Moo!
Alright, we had to cut the caller off. That caller was just a little too crazy. Maybe the idea of having calls wasn't such a good idea. Well, let's move on. I'm going to tell a few cow-related jokes now that I found on the internet. So let's have some cows-related jokes. Joke number 1. Why don't cows have any money? The answer? Because the farmer milked them dry. Ha! 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 What do you get if you cross an angry sheep and a moody cow? An animal that's in a bad mood. These are knee slappers right here. Whoa! What do you call a herd of cows masturbating? The answer? Beef stroganoff. Ah! Oh God! My sides are hurting. No! Please stop. No more jokes. No more jokes. Oh my God! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right now. Please, no more. Okay, maybe we'll go back to a few more later. But anyways, we're only 13 minutes into this podcast, and I said this was going to be the Cows Fun Time Hour, so I got at least another 47 minutes to go. Let's move on into the land of Nintendo Direct. We've talked about the Woolly World. The next thing they talked about was Mario Maker. Maybe I got these out of order a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Mario Maker was up next on the docket to talk about today. And this is very interesting. This is basically, people have been doing this forever on the internet. They've been hacking. It's basically a ROM hack, and they're giving you the license to ROM hack Mario's side-scrolling games. But how far they went with their graphics was actually quite interesting. Not only can you they're going to give you the tools to ROM hack Mario 1, but 3, World, and the new Super Mario Brothers styles of artwork you can put into. As they went along, they scrolled through the styles very quickly, and I'm just not sure if that was part of the movie to just to show you quickly how you could make all these worlds in different styles, or if you could actually combine the art styles within the same level. That would be very interesting indeed. As you scrolled through the level, the art style could change. That would be interesting, but I would also find that harder for them to do, so I wouldn't count on it. But the big question coming out of this, at least in my mind, is with them giving you the tools to make your own Mario game now, Are they admitting it's not really that difficult to make a Mario game? Are they giving us the tools to make an overworld map too? That's the other question, or just the levels? Um, and the biggest question there should be is, oh boy, I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. Achoo! 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 And I did sneeze. And I'm keeping all that in because I said I was going to sneeze. I announced it, so it's part of the podcast now. Yeah. If I had some co-hosts, then I could have just, muted my microphone and carried on, but people decided that now was a good time to go on vacation and left poor Cows here all by himself, having a super happy fun time hour. Anyways, let's continue on. I was complaining about. Well, was I really complaining? I don't know if it's a complaint. It's not really a complaint. It's more of an observation. With them giving you the tools, including the new Super Mario Bros. Style, I would have to assume for Wii U at least that they are not coming out with a side-scrolling game themselves. You might have to wait till they're next. But will anybody really be satisfied? Like, what can they do? Mario's gonna have to go to a new level now. I feel like Mario has burnt itself out in the 3D world, and that's why people wanted the side-scrolling world back. Galaxy, I think it hit its high point, and at 3D Land, 3D World were okay. They were good. They were fun. But I don't know. Something to me felt like it was a step back. That it was just too close to the side scrollers, even though it wasn't. That's just me personally. What do you guys think? I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. But it makes me wonder where they're gonna go with this Mario side-scrolling world from here. Like, if they make their own game, they're really gonna have to top it. They're gonna have to make it better than what you could do in Mario Maker. They're really gonna have to bring it now. Are Amiibo gonna be compatible with these Mario Maker? It would be nice. You could your Wario to it, and you could play as Wario, not just Mario, in these Mario levels, Maybe you could play as other characters other than Mario in these made levels using your Amiibo. That would be interesting. But they haven't announced anything like that. I'm just trying to speculate. Speculation is what I do. I think they announced this at the last Nintendo Direct, but they mentioned it here again. And if they didn't announce it at the last Nintendo Direct, I'm pretty sure most of us heard about this already. That N64 and Nintendo DS are coming to the Virtual Console, so you can be thoroughly milked again. They did have an extreme discount on the N64 games. If you've already purchased them on Wii, you can now put them on your Wii U. They lowered it all the way to $2, which is great. That's a good upgrade, but I didn't really buy many N64 games. But we'll have to see which ones come out. They initially launched Yoshi and Mario 64, with more games to come. And that will be alright. I won't. We'll see what I get. I'm more interested to see what kind of Nintendo DS games really come out on this thing, because that's going to be some interesting choices there. Some games you need the top and bottom screen. Some games you didn't really need it. So it'll be interesting. They could even, I guess you could even put both screens on one screen if you wanted to. You don't really need to do the whole play play it on your gamepad and the other screen's your TV. You don't really need to do it that way, but they did announce some games would be like that. So I think it's going to be a really big mixed bag, game-to-game decisions on how everything will work. Then they announced a whole bunch of mini games from independent people, I guess. There's more Mutant Muds, I guess people like that. There's going to be something called Octodad, and that looked ridiculous. Big freaking octopus walking around as a human father, and nobody notices. It looks ridiculous. It looks hilarious, but it's not really something I think I would enjoy. It just kind of looks funny. Don't Starve. People seem to like that kind of stuff. So they announced a whole bunch of games, and they showed snippets of other games that they didn't take as seriously. And then other people, I know nothing about this, but they talk about Fire Emblem with Shin Megami Tensei. I don't even know how to say that. I don't even know what this is. Is this some kind of crossover, like Tekken and Street Fighter? I really don't get what it is or what they're going to be doing. It's going to be some kind of RPG game, and I guess some of you out there are going to be really, really excited for this game. I know nothing. I've tried to play a Fire Emblem game, the one that came on my 3DS for being an ambassador. I forget what the name of it is. And yeah, I quickly hated it. I quickly hated it. I gave it a chance. Not much of one though, but I gave it a chance. I believe I've skipped over another very important thing to talk about here today, and that is Splatoon. They are working really hard on this Splatoon, aren't they? They are really pushing this Splatoon as their next breakout game. At least that's what they want it to be. I don't know if it's going to be, but wow. They're pushing hard with this game. They're even making an amiibo for it. And I guess if they're making an amiibo for a game, that's like their sign of, well, I guess it's not really a sign. They're just making an amiibo for everything now, aren't they? Well, I'm trying to think of the words to say here, because, like, I would think a sign that they're putting out amiibo is a sign that they're really backing this thing. But honestly, it feels like amiibo is just coming for everything now. They're making a game, they're making amiibo for it. So you're gonna get the girl, you're gonna get the boy, and then you're gonna get some weird Splatoon alien octopus thing, and that comes in a 3-pack. Or you can buy the girl or the boy separately, not the bonus little octo thing. So you gotta get them all in the 3-pack if you want the little octo thing, or whatever the hell it was. And I don't know. Some of the games look interesting. I don't know. It's like, it reminds me of when I was a kid and Super Soakers were really popular. They were like a powerful water gun that would hold a lot of water and really drench somebody. They were really popular back in my day. I think they're still around, but I don't feel like they're pushed as hard anymore. But maybe that's just because I'm not a kid. But back in my day, they were really, really popular, and everybody started getting one. And if somebody got a more powerful one, you would try to top it, and you know, it was the thing to do. And some people would fill up their Super Soakers with fucking water and soap, and you know, try to sting people's eyes. And then, you know, once that happened, you know, maybe somebody went inside and peed into their Super Soaker. I don't know anybody that would do that though. And then kind of spray that at people. But you know, it was a Super Soaker war going on out there, and you need the battle for supremacy. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, except for shooting paint. and you leave your mark where you need to. You leave your mark all over the place, and that, you know, I don't know how long this game is gonna last. They've seemed to got a lot of modes, different kinds of modes. There seems to be like a capture the flag kind of mode. There seems to be like a territorial mode, just a painting them up mode. I don't know. There's lots of modes. There's your online mode, of course. There's your battles, teams, one-on-ones. There seems to be 4-on-4s. So we'll see how this game goes. Are you picking up Splatoon? Are you going to become part of the Splatoon nation? That's what I'm asking you all out there right now. We'll now break for a word from our sponsor. Blubbery, 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 out of shape, dude. Look at me. I'm a pear. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, I don't want to be flabby anymore. I don't want to be a fat guy.
Blubbery, 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 out of shape, dude. Look at me. I'm a pear. Come on down to CowsCrazy's fitness center and don't look like a pear no more. No, no, no. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Don't be flabby anymore. Thanks, CowsCrazy, for your rip-off of that old Premier Fitness ad from here in Ontario. Don't be an out-of-shape dude. Don't be a pear. Let's continue on now with more Nintendo Direct. Moo! 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 Oh, wow, that bell can really come out of anywhere, can't it? Let's continue on, though. Actually, we're not going to go back to Nintendo Direct right now. We're going to play a game right now. It's time for a game, everybody. Let's play a game. This game, you're going to need to be honest. You could cheat in this game if you want. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can cheat all you want, because I can't really stop you. But playing honestly, here's how the game works. I'm going to think of a number between 1 to 100. You are then going to pick a number. When I give the answer to what the number is, really, then you will then add. So let's say my number that I pick is 41, and you have picked the number 30. You would get 11 points, because there's an 11-point gap. That's a difference right there, okay? So that's what you're going to do. When I give the number, your number, subtract, multiply, whatever. Subtract either way, and add those amount of points to your total. And we'll go a few rounds here, and then I'll tell you if you win or lose. Okay? That's how it's going to work. And then if you have Twitter, you can tweet me if your score, and if you won or lost, or you can just leave it down in the comments below here on YouTube, or however you are listening to this podcast, because I believe it's uploaded in other ways too. I don't know if I know how to do that, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it goes. So here we go, round number 1 of the number game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am now thinking of a number between 1 to 100. I'm thinking of it right now. Everybody, select your first number now. Do 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 whoop. Okay, time's up. You should have had your number by now. My first number is the number 99. Yes, I went high in this first round. 99 is the first number. So, whatever number you picked, subtract that from 99. Even if it's a negative number, just make it a positive number. The difference between the two numbers, that is your score currently. Be prepared to add to it, because here comes round number 2. Round number 2 is... I'm thinking of the number. Here we go. I'm thinking of the number. Everybody pick your numbers. Time's up. Your number now must be selected, because the round 2 number that I have chosen is the number 2. Oh, yes, the number 2. I went low that time. Who saw that coming? Did any of you see that coming? Did you pick a lower number this time? Were you prepared for my brain waves? Were you ready to know my thoughts? I don't think so. But you're probably cheating anyways, aren't you? I'm assuming you're cheating. But anyways, get ready for round number 3. Round number 3. Do 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 do. Pick your numbers. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Have your number picked? I hope so. Because the answer for round number 3 is the number 14. Yes, everybody should have seen that one coming. I love the number 14. 14 is an excellent number. It's a great number. I was asked earlier, why the number 14? Earlier this week I was asked that, and I will tell you why. Because when I was playing hockey as a kid, I'd pick my number every year when I went in for my team, and usually I would pick the number of my age. So obviously when I got to 14, I picked 14. But when I was 15, 15 wasn't available. Somebody had already taken 15. I wasn't able to have the number 15, so I went back to 14. And I figured after 2 years in a row, it might as well just be my number. It's really stupid, but that's how it happened. And then just 14, 14, 14. I'm always 14 now. Just 14. Whatever. 14. Here we go. Let's go. What's your total? You got your total? You got your score? Let's keep it going. Round number 4. Round number 4. I'm thinking of a number. I'm thinking of a number for round number 4. I'm thinking of a number for round number 4. Are you thinking of a number? You better be. Time's up. Time's up. The answer for round number 4 is 69. Hey now, 69. Come on. You gotta know how my brain works. You gotta know how my thoughts are. You gotta divulge deep into the mind of the cow. Okay, so that answer was number 69. Yet again, add up your score. And we're heading into the final round of play here. Final round. Okay, here we go. Final round. Start thinking of your number now. Do 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 boop 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 boop. All right. My final number will be the number 50. Yes, the number 50, a nice neutral middle number, right in the middle. Everybody can be happy with the number 50. So now, what you gotta do is you gotta add up your score. Add up your score right now. What kind of a score do you got? What's your score? What's your score in front of you? Is your score good? Is your score bad? Well, I'm going to tell you. If you got 100 or less points, you are a winner. You win. What do you win? Go to the kitchen, get yourself a cookie. That's what you win. go to the kitchen, get yourself a cookie. You win a cookie from your own kitchen. If you don't got a cookie, go to the store, get a cookie. But you win a cookie. Then your next cookie that you eat, I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, next week, think of me and go, I earned this. I earned this cookie. You can even take a selfie of yourself eating the cookie. Tweet me. Go, I earned this cookie. Tweet me your picture of eating a cookie and tell me that you earned it. With your score. I'd love to know your score. Now, if you got more than 100 points, let's say between 100 and 150, then you're just an average dude. You're an average Joe. And I guess you deserve a pat on the back. But now if you got more than 150, then you lose. You lose. You have lost. And I win. I win the day! But I know you're all cheating, so I won't win at all. But I win the day. And what you should really do is yank your pants down right now. Take something big and metal and slap yourself in the ass. Because that's what you deserve for losing my game. You lose! But anyways, let's get back to news now. More Nintendo Direct. Let's continue on here. That was always fun. Cows Happy Fun Time Hour! Oh boy. Let's keep going here. What were they talking about on Nintendo Direct? They had a game called Box Boy, which is looked like a Tetris piece at time. And that had potential. It was like a puzzle side-scrolling game. It was very strange. Another Pokemon game, Rumble World. Seems to be an offshoot game. I don't know what those are really about. I haven't really explored those many. I don't know if these non-core games do very well. I guess they must, because they keep making them. Another puzzle game for Puzzles and Dragons, this time including Mario. Do people like these things? Lots of puzzle games I've noticed here. Lots of puzzle games. Everything's very puzzly. Puzzling to me. Lots of puzzle games. But they're not just puzzle games. They're like puzzle games mixed with other styles of games. And this one seems to be mixed with an RPG. Whatever. Again, they talked about Codenamed Steam. Are people enjoying that game? Doesn't seem to be my thing, but they're announcing an update. And there's going to be a tournament coming out. Who's excited for the tournament? You're going to win the tournament. Did you win my game? Because if you didn't win my game, you're not going to win that tournament. I'll tell you that right now. Then we got something I am interested in. I've actually gotten a little lazy on lately. But I should start taking my 3DS out and about again. As there's going to be a Street Pass update. But then I was quickly disappointed. Very quickly disappointed, as there's going to be 2 new games coming out for the Street Pass. One's going to be called Battleground Z, and it's a zombie game. And while I have no real complaints about the game, I'm just so sick of zombies. So sick of zombies. I am burnt out on zombies. I don't want any more zombies. Just everything zombie, zombie, zombie. No more zombies! No more! I'm sure anybody listening to this podcast is a zombie now. I've just zombified you. Zombie. Zombie. Brains. Brains. I need brains. You're right, I do need brains. I have no brains. And then the other game, which I got tweets about before I even watched Nintendo Direct. Ultimate Angler, a fishing game. If you think, Nintendo, for 1 second you're getting my money, you're wrong. I don't need your fishing game. So you're gonna Street Pass people and be able to, use them to collect fish. I hate fishing so much. It's the most boringest thing in the whole world. Other than this podcast, of course. This podcast might be more boring than fishing. But other than that, fishing sucks. It sucks. It sucks, I tell you. I hate fishing. So this update seemed to just piss me off. Then there was something that I don't know if it's going to be a ripoff or not, or if it's actually going to be good. It's hard to really tell just off of first glance. There was Me Plaza Premium, and this seemed to be interesting. It seemed to be a place where you could put premium Me characters and not lose track of them. I don't know why you would want to do that though. Well, I do, but I don't. And or your friends that you meet at Street Pass and stuff like that. Like, I see the benefit, but I'm not sure if, like, do you get more out of this Me Pass Premium than a storage place? I think there's supposed to be maybe some extras that come with it as well, but that was the one thing that really stuck out in my mind, was this extra storage space. And I'm not sure if that's really how this is all going to work. So, they didn't announce did they announce a price? I can't remember. All I know is it's a VIP thing, and you get it on your little thing. And, there was a birthday thing, that was it. Yeah, you can start collecting birthdays. Maybe you can collect one birthday for the year. Stuff like that. But it didn't seem like much for VIP. So, it's $5. Like, what do I get for my money there? That's really what I want to know. And I didn't really feel like they went deep into that on the premium, and I'm just talking really confused now. Up next, they talked about Xenoblade and more Fire Emblem. Not into either of these games. I'm not really feeling it. You could say, not really feeling it. And you would need a new 3DS to play this Xenoblade. They reminded you of that again. So let's just skip over that. Next was more Amiibo talk. This time for Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. And this time, just to prove what I was talking about earlier in the podcast, that they can make an Amiibo out of anything. This time they've made an Amiibo just out of playing cards, or trading cards, or whatever you want to look at it. It's a flat card. You can just tap it like that, and it registers. So really, it's only the sensor that's important. You could put it really in anything you wanted. So they have them for these playing cards. So really, you could think of anything to sell as an Amiibo. And you can really get creative. You can make an Amiibo alarm clock, maybe. I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to mind. I don't know why it did. You can make an Amiibo phone case cover. How about that, huh? Put that on your phone, so they're like it's part of your phone. So when you travel with your new 3DS, you can tap your phone onto your, huh? Yeah, Amiibo. Your phone can become an Amiibo. How about that? Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. But do you know what? I think it's time for another cow joke. It's time for more cow jokes. Okay, so here we go. Let's tell some more cow jokes. Which job is a cow most suited for? The question again In case you didn't hear it, which job is a cow most suited for? The answer, a baker. Why? Because they're always making cow pies regularly. Oh God, the pain of laughter. What's the difference between an orchestra and a bull? On a bull, the horns are in the front and the asshole is in the back. Oh boy! Wow. We're getting funny now. How does a cow get to the moon? Well, it obviously has to fly through utter space. Oh my God! These are so funny! I can't even take it anymore! Please! Please stop! Please stop! Please stop!
And I'll be like, never! 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 What do you call it when a cow jumps over a barbed wire fence?
Utter catastrophe. I really don't get that one. I don't get that one. I just read it and I don't get it. Where would you find the most cows? In which city do you find the most cows? New York. Oh my God, New York. I actually really like New York. New York is a great town. I'm a city kind of guy. And New York's a good place to be. I like going there. I've only been there once, but I'd really like to go back again. Alright. One more cow joke. I swear. One more cow joke. What did the cow say to the turtle? You better get a move on. Well, let's have some sports talk now. Sports talk for sports fans out there. Actually, it's just going to be sports talk on my behalf. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Leafs fan, and the Leafs suck. The Leafs suck real bad. They're probably going to finish fourth last this year, giving us the fourth best chance to get Connor McDavid, which is the next up-and-coming phenom of hockey. He'll probably go to a team like Buffalo just to piss me off, because we'll have to play him in our division many, many times. But that's beside the point. The Leafs suck. But in other hockey news, I recently attended the final game of the Belleville Bulls. Yes, it's a cow-related story here. Belleville Bulls were a junior team, so players are 16 to 20, and they're basically draft. It's a draft feeder league for the NHL. This is, that's where they play. They play in the OHL, which is the Ontario Hockey League, and yeah, it's one of the main sources that the NHL drafts from. And I was a fan of the Belleville Bulls because, well, it was a cow. But they played in Belleville, a small town. Not the OHL's smallest town, but a small town. And this town, apparently, I don't know the politics of everything, but from talking to people in town, it sounds like most people, at least the sports fans, were not a fan of the mayor, as the mayor didn't give two craps about the Bulls and didn't really want to try to save the Bulls. A few years ago, maybe 5 or 10, I don't know, they built a sports complex but right beside the arena, and did no upgrades to the arena at all, which was a little confusing to me at the time. And then, apparently, in more recent times, they approved a $2.5 million bicycle lane to be built somewhere in town. I don't know why a bicycle lane costs $2.5 million, but that kind of money sounds like it could have upgraded a stadium. You wouldn't have to build a new stadium. We're talking about a 5,000 seat arena. Well, really it's 3, but they would need to upgrade it to hold more seats and do renovations to the place. And it just sounds like that kind of money could have been put into fixing this arena to OHL standards. And that's my rant for today. Because maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just shooting from the hip here, you know. I could be completely wrong on these facts, but that's just the sense that I got when I was there. The Bulls did lose their final game, which is why it's their final game. It was the playoffs. They lost by a score of 4-2. The fourth goal going into the empty net, so it was really closer than it sounds. It was an exciting game, and it was sad to see them go. They saluted the crowd as they left. Lots of hugs, lots of tears. The other team, the Barrie Colts, they stayed on the ice and tapped their sticks and saluted the crowd as well, saying goodbye to Belleville. It was a teary-eyed moment, as it wasn't the captain, but he was probably the fan favorite on this team. Adam Bignail was his name. He was a defenseman. Everybody loved him for how hard he worked. He actually left the team at the end of last year. It was supposed to be his last year. He decided he wasn't going to play his last year, and he was going to go back. He knew he was going to make the NHL, so he wanted to get a start on his university. And so he went to play university. But halfway through the year, the Bulls really needed a defenseman badly, and they called on him, and he decided to delay his schooling further to finish off one more year with the Bulls. And he came back, and people loved him for that, and he's a hard-working player. And he took his jersey off, and he lay it at center ice, as he was the last one to skate off the ice, and it was a really sad moment, and I shed a tear. I shed a tear, but that's cow news. That's cow news. Let's get back to Nintendo Direct, why don't we? Let's get back to Nintendo Direct. Where were we? Oh yes, now for the biggest news of Nintendo Direct, which they always save to the end. They always save to the end. It's the Mario Kart 8 update. The second half of DLC was supposed to be out in May, I believe, but they have upped it to this coming week or next week. Whatever it is, it's now going to be in April. I'm pretty sure I'm telling you this correctly. It's coming soon. Whatever, it's in this month for sure, if it's not this week. So it's coming out. You're going to get 2 more sets of courses. You're going to get your Animal Crossing DLC. You're going to get Dry Bowser. He's so dry. Bowser's so dry. You better put a little mustard on him, you know? It's just funny. The best part was hearing Mr. Iwata, or whatever his name was, say the words Dry Bowser. I don't know why. That entertained me. He's a dry Bowser. So he's coming out. With this DLC pushed up in these courses, makes me wonder: is this the end for DLC for Mario Kart 8? Could there be more on the way? Will they, could they put more DLC into this? More courses? I'd buy more courses. Like, it really could be endless as long as they want to keep putting them out, right? Um, we'll see how it goes. They didn't really say there would be no more DLC, so who really knows? The Animal Crossing course looked interesting as it would go. I'm not really a fan of the Animal Crossing games, but I did like how the course would change between spring, summer, fall, winter. I thought that looked interesting. It gave a completely different feel to the town. So you get the Bell Cup, you get the Crossing Cup, you get some vehicles you can race, and that'll always be good. A villager, when it says villager, I think that means male or female. I think it does. So yeah, you get your villager, you get your dog thing called Isabel. At least I think it's a dog. I'm not so sure. But yeah, so I think it's near the end of April now. I'm really thinking about it. Maybe I should have got my facts straight here. Of course, there'll be more amiibo suits. More amiibo suits are coming out. And these are the suits that you can put on your Mii, which I really like because I personally like racing as my Mii. I like being my Mii all the time when I'm racing in Mario Kart. So being able to change my Mii a little bit, but yet being my Mii is interesting. But you need the amiibo to do it. So far I only have the Link one. I guess I could have done it for the others, but whatever. I think there's going to be a Mega Man suit, which could be interesting. I like the idea of that. There's going to be. They putting Toad in? Toad? Pac? Yeah, there's definitely a Pac-Man one. Most of them are within the game, like Toad and Wario and Bowser and Rosalina, but there was some from outside the game. Olimar, which isn't out yet. Olimar from Pikmin. He's going to be an amiibo. I believe you're going to get a suit of his. So, all that stuff right there. And that's about it for Mario Kart and the Nintendo Direct. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot one last thing. The biggest announcement that they had. 200 cc. 200 cc. This just sounds ridiculous. I don't even know. I don't even know. It sounds crazy, but is it really going to be difficult? I want this to be. I want this to be really difficult. I want the last racer on the circuit. I want the easiest racer that there is. The one that's going to lose. I want him to race as hard as a winner in 150cc. That's what I want. When I hear this 200cc, I hear that Nintendo hears that some people just aren't having a challenge anymore at Mario Kart, and they want the challenge. They want to bring it. They want more difficulties. And is this just a one-time thing, or are future Mario Kart games gonna come with 200cc? Because I just feel like 50cc should really be thrown out now. 50cc is just way too easy, and I think you should start with the 100cc and put 100, 150, mirror, and 200cc. Those should be your standards from now on. Most of us that have grown up with Mario Kart over the years, I think, we don't even. The only reason to play 50 or 100cc is just to unlock things. We pretty much know what we're going to get out of those, and we're seasoned veterans, and we're ready for the real challenge, and that's what I want. While I don't always win in 150cc, I will admit I am far from a professional. I don't always win at 150cc. I feel like I can consistently 90%, maybe 95%, maybe even higher. Close to 100%, but not all the time. Podium in a 150cc or mirror mode match. And I would say a high percentage of those podiums are victories, though. So I'd like to see the level of this 200cc challenge. It's going to be very interesting. Are you ready for the 200cc challenge? Is 200cc challenge, is that kind of speed of the vehicles coming to online? I don't think that really matters though when you're racing against people. It's all other than the feel of the car, like, you know, it's other racers, it's not computer racers. That's really where the power of the CCs come in. And it's just speed. Like I said, I want AI improvement here. I want AI knowledge. I want AI to get better in 200cc. I want them to be smarter. I want them to go for the gold. I want them to go for victory. That's really what we want here. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. And I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. So I think there's not much left to talk about here. I don't think. I think I'm out of things to discuss. So this might be it for us here on the podcast. That's a little. That makes me. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. Podcast is coming to a close. Goodbye, everybody. Moo! 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 Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Super Happy Cow Fun Time Hour. And, I've been filling in for Honest Tom. Hopefully I did a good job. I don't know if I did or not. I want to say something clever to go out. How about we tell some more cow jokes on the way out? Did you hear about the cow that wasn't interested in bulls? She was a homosexual. Oh boy. Wow. Alright. What do you call a cow on the barnyard floor? Ground beef. Wow. What do you call a cow that doesn't give milk? An utter failure. Oh my god, these are killing me. Oh boy. What do you call it when one bull spies on another bull? A stakeout. Oh boy. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What did one dairy cow say to another? Got milk? Oh, just like the commercial. Whoa, just like the commercial. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Wow. A man. Let's just talk about some news right now before we go. This is very important. There was a man, and he staggers into the emergency room with a concussion, multiple bruises, and a 5-iron wrapped around his neck. Naturally, the doctor asks, "What happened to him?" "Well, it was like this," the man said. "I was having a quiet round of golf with my wife. When at a difficult hole, we both sliced our balls into a pasture of cows. We went to look for them, and while I was routing around, I noticed that one of the cows had something white in its rear end. I walked over and lifted up the tail, and sure enough, there was a golf ball with my wife's monogram on it. So I knew it was hers. Right in the middle of the cow's butt. That's when I made my mistake. "What did you do?" said the doctor. Well, I lifted up the tail. I pointed and yelled to my wife, "Hey, this looks like yours." Wow! Hilarious! Anyways, that's been it for me. We've gone out on a laughing note. So much cowness. Until next time, everybody, when I'm sure you'll have your regular podcaster back. Honest Tom. I've been CowsCrazy. Please come check out my channel. Please subscribe to this podcast. Subscribe to my channel. I'm doing Banjo and Kazooie right now. I have NHL playoffs going on. And of course, I'm doing Pokemon Emerald. 2 of those, which are blind, which is Banjo and Pokemon. Those are completely blind. So come on over. Check them out. Maybe anybody got any remedies for the sniffles? And until then, everybody,